Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in today. You are in for a real treat because in this video, we're having a look at what I consider to be the #1 budget bug out bag on the market right now. And yes, I know that is a very lofty statement, but if you've been around the channel for any period of time, you know I don't let my stuff collect dust inside the house. I get out and use it, and it's been the same for the past 3 months with this pack. So you may ask, how did this whole idea get started? Well, I was packing out my summer survival kit to survive the summer in Florida, which is basically hell, and I realized that I wanted a new budget bug out bag, like something cheap. I looked around, and I realized that sure, yeah, I've reviewed a lot of packs from 3V Gear, but I had never reviewed their main pack, but always wanted to, and hey, it comes in on a great budget. So I'm tight with the CEO. I dropped him an email. He said, sure, no problem, I got you. And the next day he shipped it out, and then I had it, and then I've been out training with it, and the rest is basically history. So the way we're gonna break this down, we're gonna have a look at the features and specs first, right out of the gate, and then we're gonna see the bag in action from everywhere from, I guess, well, yeah, I've had it everywhere, like the beach and urban environments and wilderness environments. So we'll see the pack in action. And then after that, we're gonna talk a few pros and cons, and we're gonna talk about really what do you get with this bag for the price point. So I've been waiting like literally, guys, 3 months to do this video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go. Features and specs. This is the important stuff that you need to know, such as, hey, can I fit the entire kitchen sink into this main compartment, or can I fit my order of extra large tactical french fries into this sustainment pouch? We're gonna answer that question and more, but first, I must formally introduce you to this bag. This is the Paratus 3-Day Operator's Backpack, and in case you are wondering what Paratus means in English, it quite appropriately translates to ready, prepared, equipped, and a bunch of other keywords that relate right back to survival. What a great name for a bug out bag, right? Now, the company, 3V Gear, if you're not familiar, they are based out of the United States. I've had a working relationship with them for going on, I guess, maybe 5 years now, and they sent me this bag for review free of charge. So, let's go ahead and talk about maybe some of the, the basic specs on the pack. First off, let's just talk about size. The Paratus boasts a roomy 40 liters of available capacity, which honestly, guys, you don't need anything bigger for a 3-day bag. You could go a little smaller, but that's up to you on like how much you want your life to suck. So 40 liters I've found is like the sweet spot for a bug out bag. Now this back is also constructed from 600D PVC backed polyester, making it water resistant, and I'm betting probably near waterproof if you treated it with an aftermarket product like this. Now talking dimensions, we have 20 inches in height, 12 inches in width, and 8.5 inches in depth, with a total weight of 4.5 pounds, which is right on point for your average bug out bag of this size and construction. So that's the high level specs. Let's go ahead and talk features, and boy, there are a lot to talk about here, and there is one feature that was the selling point on this bag, and it makes this bag, in my opinion, the most unique bug out bag on the market. So first and foremost, this pack is hydration compatible. That is a non-negotiable in any survival pack. I have to have that capability. For me right now, I'm running a 2-liter bag. I could throw a 3-liter bag in here. Whatever the case is, I have that ability to carry a crap ton of water, which, you know, summer here in Florida, you better be carrying water with you. So, because we're a swamp, and yeah, swamp water sucks. So yeah, you want to probably carry some clean water with you, so we got that going on. And then, if we just step back for a minute and just look at the bag, you're gonna see a lot of attention to detail on major stress points. They've added box stitching everywhere and bar tacking all around, which I really appreciate that attention to detail. Now looking here on the sides, there are those 2 sustainment pouches like I mentioned. Each one comes with these YKK annex clips, which I promptly broke one and lost the other because I'm clumsy and just rough on stuff like that. But it wasn't a big deal. I actually prefer the malice clips more, because they really just kind of get that pouch completely attached to the bag without any sort of flopping around, if that makes sense. Now, of course, any legitimate pack is going to have a nice admin panel, and the Paratus is no different. The sizing on each compartment in the admin panel is perfect. It's almost like I said, hey, I have these tools that I want to put in my admin panel. Can you make an admin panel to fit these particular tools that I carry all the time? Pen, multi-tool, flashlight, so on, and they just fit perfectly, which I love. Now, another feature that you're gonna like about this that you may have run into before is this heavy strip of fabric at the top of the admin panel. Without that, your tools are gonna kind of fold over the admin panel and just flop around and be loose. That added strip of fabric stiffens up that top part and keeps your tools clipped in really nice, which I really do like that touch. Now, what else to say here? We got the admin panel. Oh yeah, we got a key hanger. Well, what does a key hanger do? Hangs keys, right? Cool. Now, below that, we have a mesh pocket. This is kind of like a catch-all. I throw whatever in here that I don't want to get lost down at the bottom of this compartment. Now remember guys, this pack is water resistant, and a lot of that water resistance comes from the storm flap. You see this heavy piece of fabric over the zipper? That not only protects the zipper from rain coming through, but also dirt and debris, and that's something they've done on this compartment and the main compartment that we're about to crack open. And yeah, that main compartment is huge, like tons of space in here. I got everything in here, you know what I'm saying? Like my hammock, my tarp, the hydration bladder, tools, radio, food, medical, shamag, camera gear, and the list just goes on. Now, obviously, looking back here, you can see that, yeah, got the hydration bladder back there. If you were not running a hydration bladder, you could slip your laptop back there, right? And it's a padded space. Me personally, I don't need a laptop in the woods. I have no Wi-Fi. And without Wi-Fi, I guess my laptop is pretty much useless. So I'm leaving that at home and probably just going to bring like an SD drive with me. So with that being said, you have a space there. You could put a laptop in there. I'm running the hydration pack. But beyond that, yeah, tons of space in here. That's cool. But let's talk modularity. And when I say modularity, maybe you think like, yeah, I see a lot of MOLLE webbing here. I can attach like every single frickin' pouch on every single planet for every single mission on planet Earth. Sure, that's modular. Now, but really modular means that your pack has a pack. And this one has its own pack. It's called the Rapid Deployment Pack. And the reason why this is freaking awesome is if you've ever gone out in the field and you've ever done anything out in the woods and you've stayed for more than 24 hours, you know that there's things you have to do around camp. You gotta like go get water. You might wanna run some perimeter security. You might wanna try some small game hunting. You might, did I mention collect water? Yeah, maybe. But there's lots of stuff. Collect tinder, whatever. There's things that you're gonna have to do outside the context of your actual campsite. And if your bag is already unpacked and laying there, then you gotta like sift through stuff, throw stuff into the Bane backpack, and then run off with that. You don't have to do any of that. You have this Rapid Deployment Pack already packed out like I do. The essential stuff, headlamp, water filtration, binos. I grab it and go. You know, I can grab water, I can grab tinder, I can hunt for seafood at low tide, whatever. This is a really nice asset to have. And honestly, it was probably the #1 selling point on this bag. And I'm betting that a lot of people probably feel the same way, especially with this list of like 5-star reviews. Everybody just loves this pack. It's nuts. But anyways, let's talk about the final detail on this pack, which is comfort. And this means a lot, right? Because if you're like putting a lot of gear in here and you're expecting to walk a distance with this, you want it to be comfortable, right? So, you know, I've had this out on the beach, I've had it in the woods, I've had it in urban environments, all over the place. God knows how many miles I put on it. One trip was 10 miles, another one was 8. I kind of lost track. But overall, I've had it maxed out at between 30 and 40 pounds. And that seems to be like the sweet spot with this pack when it comes to comfort. The pack is just, it's just not going to take more weight. Yeah, sure, you could like throw a 6-pack of beer in there and a bunch of other crap, but it's going to become uncomfortable. So that's that sweet spot, at least for me. And with that, man, the straps are nice and beefy and thick and wide. They do not dig into my shoulders. And that back panel is stiff but flexible, if that makes sense, and really just stays well positioned on my back and lets a little bit of air through there as well. And having that extra bit of circulation when it's hot outside and you got like a 40-pound pack on you is kind of nice. So comfort, definitely I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10 on the comfort scale. There is a waist belt. It is not padded. I'm kind of torn on the waist belts. I really don't use them that much. This one can be removed if you didn't want to use it, okay? So that's nice. And now, oh, almost forgot. Like we talked comfort, talked all this other stuff, but one other thing I want to mention is these compression straps on the top of the shoulder straps, like they're attached here. You can pull these tight and compress your bag even more up against your back, which is also a really nice touch. All right, guys, so we've talked about the specs. You've seen the bag in action. Now let's talk pros and cons, because overall I absolutely love this bag. And yes, I do believe that this is the best budget bug out bag option out there on the market to date. But there were some negatives. And the first one being, I mean, this is really minor, okay? But the sling retention straps down here on the bottom, there was one that just kind of came loose, right? The threading came out, and you know, then the rest of the strap is just hanging loose and flopping in the breeze. So you got to throw some tape on that, or put another retention strap on there. Minor detail. The other thing, maybe a little bit bigger, and I don't know exactly what happened, but I just noticed one day when I went to throw on the pack that I only had one side of my retention straps. I had this side, but this side was gone. So I don't know what happened to it. I don't think I'm doing anything too crazy to like get it ripped off of there, but I feel like it should have stayed on, right? So with that being said, negatives, yeah, that's really all I have. 2 negatives. Everything else about the pack is awesome, from the price point to the durability to the construction to the quality control to the modularity, right, with being able to attach and have that waist pack to then go about with, right? Because, you know, let's say you're at your base camp or whatever, your secret hideout, and you know, you need to do some exploring, you need to go get some water, you need to do some various things. There's no reason to drag a big bag with you when you can break off this little pack right there. And the way I have that thing packed out is kind of, you know, I got like a water filter in there, I got the compass in there, I have a flashlight and some basic things for just kind of exploring and collecting resources in the general area. So overall, I just really love the pack. I would love to hear what you guys think down there in the comments. Is this the best budget bug out bag option out there on the market? I'm telling you what, guys, you go to their website, you look at the reviews on this pack, they are just outstanding. I mean, everybody has something awesome to say about it. So that speaks a lot just in itself. But I'd love to hear your opinion on the pack, and stay tuned for more awesome content coming down the pike. I'm going to break out my jungle knife, the one that I just really didn't give a good chance when I did a video on it, and I really owe it another look. And once I started looking at it, and then I started putting together something really cool, which you guys are gonna like. So stay tuned for that, and a lot of other cool content coming down the pike. I appreciate the support, and be sure to check us out on Gab, Bitchute, and Rumble. Talk to you in the comments. Have an awesome day or night wherever you are. Peace. Hey, you still there? Cool. Then don't forget to check out our website, located on the interwebs at thesurvivaloutpost.com. We are designed and optimized for hard use, for the self-reliant who talk less and hustle more. Thanks to our international connections, you get first access to unique and innovative products from around the world. This is the gear that will give you that edge you need in a survival situation, or if you're just trying to keep the lights on when the power goes out. Any content mentioned in this video is linked up down there in the pinned post, and be sure to watch the suggested videos for more real-world survival training and knowledge.